Everybody, it's Jeff. I've got a new project and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do it and show you why you should do it. Okay? So, first of all, what is this? You might ask if you don't already know. This is your cold air return for your furnace. Every room in your house, except for your bathrooms and maybe your kitchen, should have these. This is to return air back to the furnace from the house and keep air circulating throughout your house. We are now in my storeroom, don't mind the mess. And up here, you see this silver stuff. This is cold air return. This is a ductwork for cold air return. And you can see you've got another one here. This is probably a 6-inch going to cold air return for my office over there, okay? So this is what it would normally look like in a house. Okay, it comes out here and it runs to the main feed duct, which is right about here, and you follow that right into my furnace room, and here it is. This is the cold air side of your furnace. Okay, you know that's the cold air side of your furnace. Well, you've got your filter right there between that, and this is the hot side. This is your furnace. Okay, and the hot air comes up here and goes out this ductwork. Okay, so Jeff, why are you telling me all this? My basement doesn't have any cold air returns. Basements are cold and damp. Cold air returns help to suck that cold air out and also to remove the moisture out of your basement. Okay, they're pretty important. Okay, so the guy that built this basement obviously didn't overly know what he was doing. And I think it's a common mistake a lot of people do. People who don't necessarily, they're just building their basement for the first time or whatever, don't understand the importance of cold air return, and they don't put them in. Okay, it's actually really important. One of the things my kids are noticing down here is a lot of bugs, and the bugs like cold, moist areas, and hence you have a nice cold, moist basement, especially in the fall. The bugs are really going to come in here and they're going to love it, especially spiders. Kids hate it. Okay. So, problem. I have a finished basement. How do I run my ductwork in a finished basement? Well, I'm lucky. I have 2 bedrooms here, and this main open area here, okay, that are right off my furnace room. Okay. So I'm going to be able to hit 1 bedroom here, hit 1 bedroom here, and then get this main hallway right here simply by tying into this main ductwork right here. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do. We've got a little bit of complication over here, lots of stuff to get around, figure it out where we're going to go. I'm not going to do it like you saw in there. I'm going to actually use ductwork like this, 5-inch ductwork. I'm going to put it on the outside because all these walls are insulated for sound because they're right against the furnace room, and I don't want to interrupt that as much as I can. So I'm going to run the ductwork actually on the outside of the wall, and for this one pretty far on the outside of the wall, into the bedroom. And same with this one, and same with this one. Again, just don't want to interrupt the soundproofing that's been done. Do as minimal damage you can. You can see there's insulation all around up here. Okay, so the guy did that. Also, anybody building a basement, do not use metal studs. They are a pain in the butt. Just use wood. All right, much easier to work with, and much easier to do things with after the fact. All right, that's it. I'll give you a tools list in a minute. Okay, so here's my tools. You don't need all of these. I've got all of this, so I use it. Stud finder, so when I'm cutting into the wall in the bedrooms, know where the studs are, know where I'm going to be to do that. T-square, again, just I like things straight, so when I'm cutting into my ductwork, I'm going to get nice straight cuts. I'm going to know where they are. Metal tin snips for cutting the actual ducting. Level, again, I want it to be level. This is basically it's a drywall cutter. But it can be used for different things. And what I've bought is a carbide bit for it, so it'll actually cut into the metal. Plus I have a drywall cutter bit. Okay, so I can cut my drywall. You can do all of that you can do the cutting with the metal with the snips. You can cut the drywall with a drywall knife. Don't need this thing, but I've got it, so I'm going to use it. And my handy dandy drill, okay? And then lots of different ducting, okay? And multi-purpose aluminum tape, okay? Not duct tape. This is real ducting tape, right? For actual using on the furnace, okay? And your ducting, okay? So that's pretty much what you need. I have my drill bits and everything like that, you know, again, don't necessarily need that. And markers. You're dealing on metal now, so a pencil really isn't going to work, okay? So you're going to want markers. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, well, like most things, things don't always go as planned. So here you go. You can see I've made a few holes in my wall over here. And I ended up having to put the vent vertical instead of horizontal. Did my initial cut right here. You can see there's screws here, here. I checked them with my stud finders, definitely studs there. So I thought, oh, perfect. Assuming that my closet, there's a closet on the other side of the room, that the closet would be attached to this stud for support, obviously. So I had all this room, so I made my first hole right here. And lo and behold, the closet's right about here. That's where the closet wall starts, lining up with this. I'm not sure why. Make my next hole thinking that I can just put it in the closet, not optimum, but that's where I was going to put it. And where does it end up? Of course, right behind the closet organizer. So what can I do? I can take apart the entire closet organizer, pull it out. God, I didn't feel like doing that. So I moved it to here. It'll be vertical, not what I wanted, but sometimes you just got to go with the punches, and that's what we'll get. Still be a cold air return, still can be down on the floor, but it's not perfect. So anyway, so that's it so far, and I'll continue showing you as I go. Okay, so you saw that? There, I've put that into the cold return duct, the main duct. I'll show you what that looks like. Oh, by the way, good gloves. You want good gloves. When you're cutting this stuff, the stuff gets razor sharp. You want a good pair of gloves. Okay, so what I put up there was one of these. Okay, and it's really simple. You cut your hole, okay, to match the square part up here, and then pop it through, and then just push those tabs over to hold it in. Just that easy. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take some of the aluminum tape and tape it up, seal it, so it'll be there for good. And then we'll continue ducting. Yeehaw. So there you go. So far, so good. Okay, everybody. All done. Here is Marina's room. There you go. That's what it'll look like when it's all done. And it's working. Okay, so we'll come in here. Okay. That's Marina's right there. That's where hers goes down to her room. And in. Okay. And then, of course, the other two. Here. Out here. And you can see here, I got some drywall repair to do, which I'll do a video of that too and show you how to do a drywall repair of something, the hole that big, which was not me. That was the previous owners. They decided to put a cat door to nowhere because they never put it through to the other side. Don't ask me why. And then this is to Jordan's room right here. Okay. And that unfortunately had to go into the closet. So here's the T. You can see we've got it tied up there and there. We got it tied up here. And even down there. Okay. This one's tied up right here. Okay. Really important. Notice I did this. Both sides needed to hit studs. Okay. Just drywall screws, but needed to get into the metal studs to hold it in place. Okay. Okay. Strong. Right? It won't withstand someone running into it, but it's the furnace room, so hopefully nobody runs into it. So for the first time since this basement was developed, it's breathing the way it should be. It's not perfect, but it's about the best I can do without ripping my basement apart. So if anybody, right, I wouldn't count this as a first timer. handyman project. If you've never really picked up a hammer or don't have any tools or anything, I wouldn't do this yourself. This takes a little bit of know-how and some tools and some common sense. So again, I offer myself out there to anybody who needs things done, and I will be posting a video on how to do drywall repair. But I am offering myself out there as a handyman to anybody who needs little things done around the house. All right? All right. Thank you.